I really suggest, if you take anything from this rambling, just make sure when you are dedicated, when you at least go to college, if you don't go to college, just whatever path you choose, just make sure it's the right path. And that's fine if you don't know where you want to go, but just make sure that you know where you want to go, uh, or at least have some vision of where you want to go, and just make sure you do everything you possibly can. Do not. I personally, when I go to college, I'm just not like, I want to give the dedication of time that I can to everything I do. And if I can't give that dedication and time to something, I have to cut something. In case you didn't know, I'm Dylan Lepore, and this is the 17th Monday Morning PlayStation Podcast. Each and every week on Monday at 6 a.m. Eastern Time, a new podcast released on YouTube, iTunes, and other podcasting services, talking about PlayStation news, games I've been playing, and some commentary on the this and that of my life. Find the MP4 on YouTube and at youtube.com/Dylan Lepore, and find the MP3 on SoundCloud at soundcloud.com/Dylan Lepore. All right, guys. So you might hear some noise in the background. That's just because I'm not really in a noise like cancellated area, and it's just my room and the door's not that pretty. It's pretty thin, so you might hear some background noise of people talking. I tried to put up a I tried to put up a thick quilt to try to reduce some of that noise, and I think it worked a little bit. But I am back, and this is awesome. I've been wanting to do this for quite some time now. The last time I did a podcast was in 2017, and I am back with the PlayStation Morning podcast, PlayStation Monday morning PlayStation podcast. I forgot my name, and also the Thursday afternoon Games Chat will also arrive back on, Thursdays. And so I wanted to say this is the PlayStation Monday Morning Podcast will be a 1 hour content, 1 hour video of PlayStation news, me talking about my life. If you're watching this on YouTube, there will likely be some gameplay footage in the background with my face minimized to the bottom left corner right here, Oh, I can't really point. Don't know where I'm pointing. Uh, but I am glad to be back, and I'll dive into a lot more of that as I go along. But yeah, PlayStation news, games I play, and just my life in general. And I hope you guys enjoy and continue this Monday morning journey with me. Again, we're on SoundCloud, iTunes, and YouTube and other podcasting services. And so I'm glad to be back, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, I really enjoy doing this, and I hope you guys enjoy doing this too. So let's talk about what's up, where have I been, so my life. So a lot has changed since my 16th Monday Morning PlayStation podcast. That was about 15 minutes long or so. I don't remember. And then, yeah, I don't really remember, but I highlighted what I was doing and where I was going and some goals I did, and I didn't really highlight that I was shutting down the Monday Morning PlayStation podcast, or just like getting away from it for a while. And I was kind of sad. I was kind of bummed out that I couldn't do this, and it really sucked. I mean, I yeah, I just going to Radford University for school and taking classes, and also being the editor-in-chief of a newspaper. When I got the role, that was during that last Monday morning PlayStation podcast. When I highlighted everything, it was I was a freshman when I got the role as editor-in-chief of a newspaper. And the newspaper was just at a very tough spot, and I just needed a lot of work. And I also needed to focus on my classes, and something in my life needed to be cut, and I didn't want that to happen. And so I am taking the initiative during this time, during summer. This is the second day of summer. I'm recording this on Mother's Day. It'll be uploaded at 6 a.m. When you should be receiving this. 6 a.m. on Monday morning, and I always to record to just to let you guys know, I always record the day before, just because it helps me because I can't. I'm not going to record it live. I don't want to be up at 5 a.m. or actually 4 a.m. because I have to export the video and make the video and just no. So I record it the day before. I always do that. But yeah, just school and being the editor in chief of the newspaper. It's really crazy. Uh, we've built the newspaper, the Tartan newspaper. You can go to rutartan.com. That's where the newspaper I run at, and we print 23 newspapers year, a school year, and it's really fun. It's really fun being in charge of a newspaper, but is really daunting and a lot of work, especially when you want to make it an actually good newspaper. Before it was like a village newspaper or just like a blog, and it was just really sad, and I really didn't like it, and I knew it could be a lot better than what it was, and so I did. I did make it better. I made it into a business. I actually wrote business plans. I wrote job outlines. I gave people specific roles, and lots of people didn't like those roles. And so it was a lot of one on one talking and a lot of just working things out and just figuring out this is what you're going to do. This is what I need to do. And I know that I need to be the one that gets there before anybody else and leaves before anybody else. Uh, First one there, last one out, last one to eat. Uh, just like I give all the credit and take all the blame. So working that out, and I have been doing it for a year and a half now, and doing that for a year and a half is super crazy. So I've made 35 newspapers, and again, you can find that on rutartan.com, and the website. I had to make a website. I had a bit of business plan. I had to construct a whole newspaper, and it's super crazy that I accomplished all this stuff. I mean, I've dealt with my whole life has been with small businesses, and my mom has runs her own small business, uh, and our family's been in the antique business for like my entire life, and I guess it's things I picked up. You can. I talk more in depth about that in some of my summer vlog challenges. If you were aware of that, I did that in 2016. But it was just a lot of work, and it was very daunting to get done. And plus, I had this school thing, and it was more like editor in chief was here, and school was here, and everything else was at the bottom. And so that's how I had to realign that and readjust that, and it was a lot of work, and it took a lot of work. But I think we're stable now as a newspaper. I hope we're stable. It's crazy. Uh, it's a fun ride. It's super daunting, covering news and culture and opinion pieces and all in sports articles, and making it all news concise, making it all worthy, and make it all actual news, and making it a newspaper, and fact checking and rechecking and grammar and stuff like that. And the tiniest things, if I mess up, they notice the tiniest things, and I'm just like, here's another thing I gotta correct. And I'm just like, I go and correct it, and I do it very professionally, and I hope it comes off professionally. Uh, but it's super crazy, and and going to Radford and taking my classes again, it's just like my classes were just interruptions uh, during the entire process, and it's really fun. But again, it's very hard. But I go there when I went to college. I had a reason to go to college, and it was to make sure I talked to every teacher I could, and meet everybody I could, and just making sure I was seen and noticed, basically. and networking as soon as possible, because my ultimate goal is to become a video game journalist working in industry. Right now, I'm just freelance, but getting there is my ultimate goal, and I knew that I needed to do more than just write or just do video. So I did video. I wrote. I did photography. I did I did things that were not related to video games. I did photography again. I did photography. I did design. I did marketing. I did social media, content management. I did what else? Web design, web optimization, SEO. Even the smallest things like SEO and SEM, social media, social search engine marketing. Just learning content management systems like WordPress, making sure my website's super good, just making sure everything is just like on point and just really fun. And so it was a lot of work, and I really suggest, if you take anything from this rambling, uh, just make sure when you are dedicated, when you at least go to college, if you don't go to college, just whatever path you choose, just make sure it's the right path. And that's fine if you don't know where you want to go, but just make sure that you know where you want to go, uh, or at least have some vision of where you want to go, and just make sure you do everything you possibly can. Do not. I personally, when I go to college, I'm just not like, I want to give the dedication and time that I can to everything I do. And if I can't give that dedication and time to something, I have to cut something. And so that is why I cut the Monday Morning PlayStation Podcast and the Thursday Afternoon Games Chat, because I couldn't dedicate the time to making this. But now I'm taking full advantage of my summer vacation. I have 3 months. It's going to be 15 podcasts plus the Thursday Afternoon Games Chat, which is going to be, man, just a palooza of podcasts. 15 plus 15, basically. I can't do math. 30. uh, but if again, I couldn't dedicate the same amount of time, and so whatever path you choose, make sure you go for it 100% and just attack it at all angles and think outside the box. Be very creative. Go different avenues and stuff like that. Again, when I was writing about video games, I didn't just write about video games. I was not the person. I was like, I just want to write about video games. All I want to do is write about video games. You have to branch out and do more. You have to see, can I do sports? Can I do news? Can I do culture? Let me tell you one thing right now. I cannot do sports 100%. I realize that. I cannot do sports. I never did like sports. I know sports. That's why I like video games. And so it was I could do culture, entertainment, blogs, opinion pieces, news, and then I can also do video. I'm really good at doing video. I found that out. When making video, when making my vlogs, and making my other stuff. And so I just wanted to let you guys know of this, of this rambling. But now let's go and switch over to my schedule for this summer. So my schedule for you guys that you guys really need to know is that Monday you'll get the Monday Morning PlayStation Podcast at 6 a.m. The Tuesday there'll be a blog post. I'll do a weekly blog post. It's about 400. It's about my 400 writing prompts, and it's a little in depth about my life and stories I tell, and just like what's up and how's it going and stuff like that. So to find that blog post, you go to DylanLepore.com. That's my website, and so it'll be posted up there, also on social media and stuff like that. And you follow me there, which you'll see on the bottom right corner will be my notifications of my, my social media. If you're watching this as a video, but again, at Dylan's Legos is my Twitter handle. Thursday will be the Thursday Afternoon Games Chat, which will release at the same time, 6 a.m. On SoundCloud and iTunes and whatnot. And so you can check that out. It'll be a 30-minute podcast about a game, a specific game, and there'll probably be gameplay on the video screen of me playing the game. And I'll talk in depth about it. I don't know if I should do 15 or 30 minutes of it. I'll probably cut it down to 15 minutes because I really, going back, I think 15 is a good number for that type of thing. I think 30 minutes was a little bit too long, especially doing a podcast because I'm not really playing the game, and so I have previous recorded gameplay of it, but I have no idea what I'm gonna do for that right now. I don't know what game I'm gonna cover yet, so we'll see about that. And then Friday, an Instagram post, update, and some of my photography. So there'll be an Instagram post, social media post about some photography I've done, and an update with it. So it gets me to write more. Again, I get to write more with my blog and the Instagram in the contacts page, and then I get to do the video with the podcasting. And then also, I'm also freelancing all the time. I'm for hire, wink, wink. If you need any awesome video content, I write better than I can talk. I swear to you. I wouldn't be the editor-in-chief of a newspaper if I didn't. I keep saying so you can judge that. God. See? But, again, that's my schedule. Again, Monday, PlayStation Monday morning podcast. Tuesday, blog post on DylanLepore.com. Thursday, the afternoon games chat. And then Friday, an Instagram post of my photography and an update in there about my week or whatever. Whatever I decide to go to. So, that is an in-depth into my life, I guess. And so, I want to not have you wait any longer and get into the top 10 PlayStation news in no particular order. So, here we go. So, number one. Raising Kratos, the 2-hour God of War PS4 documentary is available to watch now on YouTube. It's an article by Stephen Tailby by PushSquare.com. Santa Monica Studios documentary has just debuted on PlayStation's YouTube channel. Raising Kratos is a 2-hour look behind the scenes of God of War, one of the PlayStation 4's biggest and best exclusive games, and it's available to watch now. Again, it's a 2-hour documentary. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm really intrigued in watching it. I still need to play the freaking game, so I'm probably going to play the game and then watch it, so that's going to be a couple weeks from now, a couple days from now. But I find it's really intriguing that they just documented the whole process, and so as a video game journalist, I think it's really cool to analyze it and see how they made this game. So it's a lot of people in motion capture suits at desks and analyzing and talking about the process of making Kratos, the God of War game. And it's just when the game came out, it was just a hit automatically. And even when we saw it for the first time at the PlayStation conference in New York, or was it E3? Not sure. But when they came out, they pulled the curtains and they started playing the music and stuff like that. And when I first saw it, I was just like, oh my god. But I never really played God of War before, and I was interested in it, but I never really dived into it. And so I got the collector's edition for the PlayStation 3, and I've been really wanting to play that. And so it'll be cool to play those and then this new one and then watch the documentary. But again, that is so many hours, and I am dedicated to do them. Next up, number two, Medieval, priced at $22.99, available for pre-order on PS4 now. This article is by Liam Croft at PushSquare.com. Medieval having a Halloween release date shown during the State of Play livestream, and it is available to pre-order now on the PlayStation Store for only $29.99. What's included, you may ask? Well, you'll even get 10 avatars at launch if you pre-order now. If you're looking for If you're looking for more, though, you can opt for the Digital Deluxe Edition, which is priced at $34.99. This will include the Super Armor in-game armor set, Super Armor, the Art of Medieval digital art book, a digital comic book, the original soundtrack, and a PS4 dynamic theme, which is, I always love my dynamic themes on the PS4. So I never played Medieval, and I knew there's one. I know there's one on the PSP that I never played either. I've always because I mean it's always been Crash Bandicoot and Spyro, and then everything else was left to the side. But I know Medieval was a classic that people liked, but it was not as popular as Crash Bandicoot and Spyro, as Spyro is my favorite and always will be my favorite. But at a price point, I think that's the same price point. I think Spyro may be at 40. I could be wrong, but it may be at 40 or 30. I do not remember. But this is a great price point at $30 for a remastered game. I'm really liking that they're making these games half the price of regular games because they are smaller games, but they're allowing more people to play it by having it at this lower price point, and hopefully getting more people to buy it because it's at this lower price point, and for they want to get parents to buy these so kids can start playing them, and then kids will take these characters and go on throughout their lives with them, again with Crash Bandicoot and Spyro, and Medieval. Sir Francis something. I don't think it's Sir Francis. That's Nathan Drake. But I think it's like Sir. It is. He's a knight with a skull. And he's fighting some wizard. That's all you need to know. But it's cool that they have it at this lower price point again, so adults can buy these and give it to their kids, have their kids play it, and because there's not many games like this, good games like this that are out today, like with just this colorful, like cutesiness, just adorable, and also very comedic too. Crash Bandicoot, Spyro, and Medieval was very comedic at moments and very like cartoony, which I really enjoy, especially in Spyro. But it's good that they get to play these games. Hopefully, they get to play these games and take them on instead of playing freaking Call of Duty all the time. I'm not even the biggest Call of Duty or Battlefield fan at all. I'm more of Destiny. I like Destiny, as you can see with the. If you're watching on video, you can see my Destiny collection right there. And there's a No Man's Sky if you were interested. Oh, and I should mention this. My room is a mess. I just got back from college, and so I have to reorganize stuff. So hopefully by the time you see my next Monday Morning PlayStation podcast, at least on video, you'll notice that the room is a lot better. I think I got to sneeze, but maybe not. All right, let's see. Let's move on. Number 333, Final Fantasy VII Remake trailer. Now, I literally just have this bullet point right here, just like as Final Fantasy VII Remake trailer. If you saw the State of Play live stream, the Final Fantasy VII Remake trailer was released, and oh my god, it looks so good. So good. It looks really impressive. It's more of an action RPG type style. I kind of like that more than the just the regular RPG style. I like the moving around and jumping and shooting and stuff rather than just the stationary of the original. But I knew that had strategy to it. But I just, if you haven't seen the Final Fantasy VII Remake trailer yet, do yourself a favor and go ahead and watch that. You can stop this freaking. You can pause it and then come back to this and go ahead and watch it, because the Final Fantasy VII Remake trailer was a phenomenal. The things they did at the very beginning, they show you the very beginning when you get off the train and you meet the girl and stuff like that. When Cloud meet the girl, it's really cool. And just looking back at that game. From the PlayStation 1, the original PlayStation, and then looking at it now, it's just awesome. It's really just awesome. The graphics, they poured a lot of detail, and it probably will look different than what it looks like now. But the detail, the level of detail, and just the character design and just how real it looks is just incredible. And how they're bringing this back to life in a new way. And it's just, they're doing this with a lot of PlayStation games, and they're doing such a good job. They are really, with Resident Evil and again Spyro, Crash Bandicoot. My God, just Ratchet and Clank, even though that was not really. I mean, yeah, that was on the PlayStation 2. The new one for the PlayStation 4. That was not really a that was truly a remake, not a remaster. But it's just crazy, and it's a good time. It's a good time. It's a good time to be a PlayStation fan, and I'm really enjoying all the exclusives they're just bringing back to just like, look. Here's our 20 plus years of fandom, and here's it back to you in just glorious remake or remastered version of it. And most of the time they're doing a great job. They kind of went really overboard with the Ratchet and Clank with the movie and everything, but that's another story. So number 444, State of Play, Days of Play returns next month with a limited edition PS4. This article is by Sammy Barker from PushSquare.com. Sony may not be at E3 2019, but its widely popular Days of Play initiative is returning this summer. Yeah, initiative. Yeah, I was like, wait, did I say that right? As in previous years, you should probably expect discounts across a wide array of PlayStation titles and hardware, although the platform holder will probably keep a lid on the specifics for a few more weeks. As with last year, there will also be a limited edition 1TB PS4 Slim console with a matching DualShock 4. The platform's coated in a steel gray finish, and it looks incredible. It looks beautiful, but I never had the money to pay for any of it. So I have my original jet engine PS4. Literally, if I turn it on right now, it'll sound like... I mean, it's not even hooked up. I have my PS3 hooked up. But it literally sounds like a jet engine. And oh my God. It's the original PlayStation 4. Like, it's the PlayStation 4 that first came out, and I had to get it. I saved up enough money to buy it, and when I bought it, I have a whole video dedicated on the buying process of it and how I bought it and just how excited I was. It's like 20 minutes, I think, and they're just talking about me. So I can go super in depth in that, so I'm not going to, but when I was really happy when I bought my first PlayStation 4, and it was a great moment. And now I got the PlayStation VR right here. Let me go. I got this case right here. If you're watching this, I got this case right here. $10 at Target. It was like, I think the original price was like $70 or $60, and I got it for $10 because nobody wanted it. And I got the PlayStation VR for $100 from a guy at Radford University. So thank you, that guy. I got a super deal on that, and also good. Like 6 years ago, or maybe less, I got the PlayStation Move 4 controllers. So 2 main controllers, 2 nunchucks basically, and a game. There was two of the controllers, a main controller and a nunchuck, was brand new in the case, and I got it all at a yard sale from this little old lady for $15. All of it, $15. Just imagine that, $15. Oh God, yard sales. You take advantage of them, please. So, number 5, State of Play, Monster Hunter World, Iceborne looks incredibly cool in first gameplay trailer. Gets a release date by Robert Ramsey at PushSquare.com. Iceborne is here, Monster Hunter World's biggest expansion that's dropping this fall. The ice cold content was shown. Nice one. Was shown off for the first time during Sony's latest State of Play livestream, and it looks great. Think Horizon Zero Dawn. This is the note I added. Think Horizon Zero Dawn, the Frozen Wilds, but I mean, I think it's the scale with Horizon Zero Dawn. just with the monsters and just all the extra gear and crap and quests and crap you get, and you know. But I think it's on par with Horizon Zero Dawn. Well, Horizon Zero Dawn was just an amazing game. Frozen Wilds was not just an expansion. It was an extra part of the game that was just locked behind a paywall, basically. But I really enjoyed. Frozen Wilds, and to me, it seems very similar to the Monster Hunter World's Iceborne big expansion, and it looks really cool. And so again, they say it's a big expansion, and so with its monsters, I saw the trailer of it with its monsters and the new gear and items and stuff like that. It looks really good. Again, watch the State of Play live stream. I highly recommend that. Most of the stuff I'm talking about is from this, the State of Play live stream. So I highly recommend if you like PlayStation and if you're in this for friggin' 30 minutes now and you don't like PlayStation, what is wrong with you? I don't know, why would you sit through this unless you just like the sound of my voice. But definitely go watch that. New monsters, new environments, new equipment. It's set to have the lot. And this gameplay, this gameplay trailer's got us itching to get back to the hunt. Iceborne is set to launch on the 6th of September. 6th of September. Isn't it the V from Vendetta thing? The 6th of September. I'm not sure. Comment below, let me know. Number 666. Ghost Recon Ghost Recon Breakpoint beta confirmed, and you can sign up now. This article is by Robert Ramsey at pushsquare.com. Even though the game's only just been announced, you can already sign up for the Ghost Recon Breakpoint beta. There are no real details on the beta itself just yet. But if you head over to the official Ghost Recon website, you can apply for a place. All you've got to do is select the platform and sign in your Ubisoft account. You can sign up at ghost-recon.ubisoft.com/game/en English en for -GB Game Boy, basically GB /beta. I think that's it. So you can sign up there. Boom. Ubisoft has also noted that pre-ordering the game will get you access to a beta, but it's unclear whether it's the same one that you can sign up for. Okay. Now, this is my remarks. It looks really good, but again, it's just the trailer I saw was just cinematics. They get an A+ for adding John Berthal in the game, though. I actually got to meet him at WizardCon in Richmond, Virginia, many years ago. Like it was 1974 when I met John Berthal at WizardCon in Richmond, Virginia. Yeah, it was actually pretty cool. I got to meet him before he was like really famous. I mean, he was known for The Walking Dead. I think he just died. In The Walking Dead. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen that. It's been like since 2011, 2012 since he died. Or maybe even earlier than that, Jesus. Because the show's been out since 2010. But yeah, that was like before he got super famous, and I got to see him when I saw him in The Accountant. He was great in The Accountant. He was great as the Punisher, and he's like the villain in this movie. He is a ghost in this trailer. And so there's the Ghost Recon Ghost, and then there's this guy that was a ghost that's hunting ghosts. And so it's more of a game for him. And he looks great. The oh my god, the motion capture, he looks just like, think of Kevin Spacey's motion capture in the Call of Duty game. I forget which one. Advanced Warfare 3, 2. I don't play Call of Duty again. But the motion capture is super good. You can definitely tell it's him. So the technology is great. But again, it's just, again, it's just cinematics, so I'm not sure how well the game will actually be. I know lots of people liked the last Ghost Recon game, which was not Siege. That was not Siege, Rainbow Six Siege, but the what was it? I think it's Wastelands or something. Comment below, let me know. Uh, but yeah, I know a lot of people liked that. But again, uh, the rising popularity of Rainbow Six Siege was crazy. Switching notes, hold on. Number seven, lucky number. PlayStation Plus free games for May. So it is a lucky number by Matthew Gronzard. Hopefully I said that right. At the PlayStation.blog. So, what remains of Edith Finch? Finch and Overcooked are your PS4 games. Sadly, they do not do PlayStation 3 games or PS Vita games anymore, but, you know, you can't win all the battles. Sorry, PlayStation 3, and PS Vita, rest in peace. Well, at least with PlayStation Plus. I still play them. I don't know about you guys, but I love my PlayStation Vita and PlayStation 3, so take that. What Remains of Edith Finch? From the creators of The Unfinished Swan, the award-winning What Remains of Edith Finch is a highly original and often surreal experience as the last of the cursed Finch family lie. Visit your family's old family home and discover more about your relatives' untimely deaths through unique interactive storytelling. Somber, thought-provoking, and at times deeply moving, What Remains of Edith Finch is one of this generation's most understated gems. If you missed it the first time around, which I believe it was free for PlayStation Plus like a couple years ago, maybe a year ago, now is your chance to experience it. Winner of Best Game 2017 from the British Academy Games Award, BAFTA, Best Narrative Award of the Game Developers Choice Awards 2017, and more. Developer Giant Sparrow's follow-up to their debut release, The Unfinished Swan, is truly they put this on. It is truly a special experience. And so I actually been wanting to play this game. I still need to play The Unfinished Swan. And if you ever played, I think it's Finch or something like that. There's also another game like that. I can't. It's like Rapture. Maybe it's called Rapture. But it's similar to that. And God, Edith, is it what? No, it's not. God, man, I can't remember games right now, man. Anyway, Firewatch also is a great game like that. Just story-driven, first-person. Not a first-person shooter, just first-person story-driven game. And I really like games like that because you feel for this character. And or at least the good ones, when they make you feel for the character. And you're just like, oh my god. And just like, wow, this is powerful. It's like Edith or something. Start with an E. But it's a really good first-person storytelling game. God, man, I can't remember the name. Sorry about that. But it's such a great game, and games like this are just the first-person storytelling games are just really unique to me, and I really enjoy them because you're not shooting. You're just going through this as a normal like human being, and just like going through the emotions of this person. And I just really like storytelling like that, and I think there's a lot of unique things you can do with that. So, next one is completely opposite game. It is Overcooked with exclamation point. Overcooked, but specifically built specifically with local co-op play in mind. Overcooked is a fun, frantic, and often hilarious experience for up to 4 players. You and your friends will join forces to become a team of chefs and work against the clock to turn out dishes for hungry customers. With a strong emphasis on teamwork and timing, you'll need to communicate with each other to chop vegetables, fry steak, stir sauces, plate up finished meals, and more, all without the kitchen catching on fire. With its cute and colorful styling, huge range of dishes and kitchen layouts, easy controls, accessible gameplay, and a focus on silly, over-the-top antics. Overcooked is the perfect party game for gamers and non-gamers alike. Play solo or enjoy couch co-op and competitive modes for up to 4 players. So it's actually really nice that they gave you a really story-driven game, and then they gave you a multiplayer game. And so I think they're trying to do that more. I think they did that last with Conan Exiles last month, and I forget the other game. That's just because of college. I was like focused on, again, editor-in-chief and being a student. And also freelancing too. But, you know, again, I'm for hire, wink wink. But yeah, it's really cool that, and I know Overcooked is a super popular game. I never got to play it for it myself, and I know now I get to, so, which is fun. But yeah, it's super awesome that they're giving you a story option and then a multiplayer option. They've done this before, but man, I wish they gave you more incentives for having a PlayStation Plus now, especially giving you more cloud storage. But man, give me my PS Vita and PS3 games, because you got so much. You got hundreds of dollars. You got $120 worth of games a month, and now you get 2 games, and it's kind of sad. Hopefully they up it, but it's like when they raised it from $50 to $60. I was like, that was your competitive. Now you're just like, how much more, like. They give you, if everybody spend an extra $10, that's a lot of money. If 10 people, $10, that's $100. So how many people on PlayStation Plus? That's a lot more people on PlayStation Plus. And then they took away the PlayStation 4 and they took away the PlayStation 3 and the PS Vita, and now you just get minimal stuff, and I'm just like, come on, now we get 2 games and a lot of cloud storage, but I mean, like, I'd rather have more games and less cloud storage. Like, you know, I don't know. Number 8. Days Gone tops April 2019's PS4 download charts in EU, in Europe. Mortal Kombat 11 debuts at number 4. This article is by, hopefully I don't butcher this, Zarmenia Khan at PlayStationLifestyle.com. Here are Europe's top 20 PlayStation downloads for month of April. And so in Europe, it was number 1, Days Gone. Number 1, Days Gone. Number 2, Grand Theft Auto 5. That's still freaking in the top 10. Number 3, World War Z. Number 4, Mortal Kombat 11. The Crew is at 5. Far Cry 5 is at 6. Wow. FIFA 19 is at 7. Borderlands Game of the Year Edition, you know, since they just came out with the whole Borderlands 2 thing. I did write an article about that recently, though. Check that out on Lepore.com, you know. Number 8, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six at number 9, and Minecraft at number 10. Minecraft still not giving up the top 10 list. Just gotta have your Minecraft. Like, I was never into Minecraft, but, you know. You can have your Minecraft. I'm good. Oh, God. All right. So here it is, number 999. This is a topic I really wanted to talk about. Trends indicate more players buy games for graphics than story or franchise history. By Jordan Aslett at PlayStationLifestyle.net. Hopefully I said that name right. Please don't hurt me. The Entertainment Software Association has released the Essential Facts 2019 report, and it unveils a lot of intriguing trends to video game sales and consumer engagements with those games. Continuing to stay the course. Where am I at? Video game content sales increased in 2018, hitting a total of $35 billion in video game content sales hitting a total of $35 billion in content sales in 2018. This is up $5 billion from 2017's revenue. In those figures, we see digital sales clearly dominating physical, with 83% of game sales being for digital merchandise. The combination of video game content sales, hardware, gaming accessories, and virtual reality equipment put the total industry revenue at $43.4 billion. It's great to see the industry bringing in more money, but where is this increase coming from? Now, for me personally, I love hard copy games. I will always be hard copy games. Just That's just me. And so let's just move on. Let's continue. I have a couple things to say about this, but let's continue. Well, it turns out that 3 of every 4 house. Let me reread this. Well, it turns out that 3 out of every 4 households in the United States have at least one gamer living under the roof. The majority is in this statistic are adults averaging around the age of 33, which most typically engage in games on their smartphone. Apart from that, adults who prefer to game on either a PC or a home console are a pretty close split. The average adult gamer is reported to have been playing games for an average of 14 years. When analyzing the reason that people decide which games to purchase, the ESA uncovered a very interesting purchasing trend. It turns out that other than price, the largest factor when deciding what games to buy is the quality of its graphics. Interestingly, this matches the fact that the top 3 best-selling games of 2018 were Call of Duty Black Ops 3, Red Dead Redemption 2, and NBA 2K 2019, respectively, are each known for their graphical fidelity. This factor beats out having an interesting plot, experiencing with past games in the franchise, or the loyalty to the continuation of a game series as the primary reason that gamers are putting their money on the table. So, I personally would disagree with this point because first of all, you got Red Dead Redemption 2 on here, which is 100% people have came from Red Dead Redemption. Not everybody. We don't live in a perfect world. But a lot of people that played Red Dead Redemption, because that came out, the time between this game, Red Dead Redemption 1 and Red Dead Redemption 2 was just years. And lots of people loved Red Dead Redemption 1. The story, everything was just amazing with it. It was just a triumph especially coming from Grand Theft Auto. It was just with Red Dead Redemption and the zombie Red Dead Redemption version. It was literally 2 big games, 2 separate games. And it was just an incredible landmark in actual game culture and just what games can do and what games can convey. And the story was a big thing, a part of that. And so, with Jordan saying factor beats out having an interesting plot, experience with games in the past, NBA 2K19 and Call of Duty Black Ops 3, experiencing with games in the past, those are all games that have just been continuing. These are the games that are listed on here as the top 3 games are games that have a legacy, basically, with other past games. Freaking NBA 2K18, 2K17, 2K16, 2K15. I don't know when the franchise started. I don't play sports games. But especially Call of Duty 1, Call of Duty 2, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, Modern Warfare 1, Modern Warfare 2. So I really disagree with this point that this person is trying to make. But again, it's her or his opinion. I don't know if this is a person. If this is a woman or a man, but they're allowed to have their opinion. But I disagree with it. Just saying. And so I did think about this. I'm not just spitballing here. But the article continues. Another fantastic takeaway from the report is that the gender split in gamers is growing smaller and smaller each year. In 2018, 54% of gamers were reported as male, while the other 46% were female. The trend over the last few years show that these figures are getting closer to being a 50-50 split by about 1% per year. Very soon, we may see a paradigm shift from the stereotypical image of a gamer being a young male yelling at a computer screen at 2 a.m. to being a gender neutral image of a young adult playing at decent hours. And the here's quotation, staying up late playing video games thing might disappear too, considering the ESA report indicates that we gamers are getting as much sleep as non-gamers each night. And I say, I don't know about that. Like, I play freaking games like, oh, look, let's start a game at, 5 p.m. Today, and we'll go to bed at 5 a.m. tomorrow. I think that's a good, that's a good amount of video game time to play, right? And so I don't really agree with this article, but I think it's statistics that you guys should be aware about. And I thought it was interesting, and I like to rebuttal with it. And so, boom, there you go. So, we got 10 minutes left, so let's make this happen. Number 10, The Drop. New PlayStation games from May 14th, 2019. So, Castlevania Anniversary Collection, PS4 Digital, out. And this is from the PlayStation blog, The Drop. Again, The Drop is a PlayStation blog release of the newest games coming to the PlayStation Store. PS4 Castlevania Anniversary Collection PS4 Digital out May 16th. Castlevania's Anniversary Collection traces the origins of the historic vampire franchise, released as part of the Konami 50th anniversary celebration. Relive these timeless classics that helped define the platformer genre, from the Belmont clan to their extended bloodlines and allies. The Castlevania Anniversary Collection is the best first step for anyone to take into the world of Castlevania and the fight against Dracula. Great Scott. Guilty Gear PS4 Digital out May 16th. First released in 1998. The legendary 2D fighting game Guilty Gear is back! With exclamation point. Unleash furious attack chains with the speedy as ever Gatling combination. Destroy your opponents and conclude the match immediately with the Sakaya and more. A Plague next game. Make sure these transitions are good for you. A Plague Tale Innocence. PS4 Digital and Retail. Follow the grim tale of young siblings, siblings, America, however you pronounce that, I'm sorry, and Hugo, in a heart-rendering journey through the darkest hours of history. I can't read. Hunted by soldiers and surrounded by unstoppable swarms of rats, they must struggle to survive against overwhelming odds and find purpose in this brutal, unforgetting world. And I saw the trailer for this game, and I'm really interested. I flail my hands up in the air. I'm really interested by this one. I think it's a cool game. Again, it's a very story-driven game, 100%. And you can talk to people and talk to alchemists and build stuff and customize. And you're with your brother, and this brother, you're the sister and a brother, and you're the older sister, and your brother has a disease, and you have to find out how to cure it. And you and your brother go on this journey to try to heal your brother, and just go on this horrific, death-filled journey, and just like try to survive, and just try to like, what is it like to be during the 100-Year War? What is it like to be a kid during this time, and just like the struggle through that? And I think it's a really deep game, and hopefully it does well. And I don't know about the graphics. I don't know if the game was built that well, but what I saw from the trailer, I thought it looked pretty good, and so I'll definitely try to play it or try to get my hands on it at least. And I really would like to try this game out, especially since I'm really big on story-driven games. So again, The Plague Tale: Innocence. Check that out. Rage 2, PS4, digital and retail. Rage 2 delivers a carnival of carnage, where you can. Let me do that again. Rage 2 delivers a carnival of carnage, when you can go anywhere, shoot anything, and explode everything. Ruthless and bloodthirsty gangs roam the open roads, and the triangular authorities seek a rule with an iron fist. Boom. Dive headfirst into a dystopia world, devoid of society, law, and order. Dun, 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 dun. So, Rage 2, yeah. I never played the first Rage, so we'll see how this goes. That's about that. That's all I gotta say about that. Next up, Sniper Elite V2 Remaster, PS4, digital, and retail. In the dark days of the end of the World War II, amidst the ruins of Berlin, one bullet can change history. Elite sniper Carl Fairburner returns to the front line in the remaster of this award-winning stealth action experience, packed with new features, commentary, visuals, and definitive content. I can't speak. But that is it with the drop. Though that's not all the games, but that's the highlight of the games that I wanted to show you guys. And so yeah, so I hope you guys like some of those games. Again, I'm definitely gonna pick up The Plague Tale of Innocence. Definitely want to try that. Definitely want to try that. So we got 5 minutes left. So, I wanted to tell you guys, again, check out my work. And I hope that you guys like this podcast, or at least like the format, how I did this, and just news and talking about myself and my life, and just talking with you guys, and just showing you just, like, hey, what's up? How's it going? Just having a talk with you guys. And the talk's going to be weekly, and I hope you guys like this. I'm having 2 podcasts, and I'm doing blog posts, and I'm always posting, and so I'd like to talk with you guys and like form a connection, and I would just really like to build this up and just make it something really, really cool. And I think we can do that. And if you guys are willing, you guys can help me with that. So please always like, share, follow, subscribe, rate me on iTunes. That helps. And just tell me how the podcast's going, and tell me what you like, what you don't like, what should I change, what should I not change. I'll not always listen to you guys because I have, my own taste and stuff like that. But I'm always open to opinion and suggestion. And I like interesting articles and things I can add to again, it'll be a top 10 list. The drop will be always the 10th one on the list for me, and I always will try to have a variety of topics to talk about. And I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. And so, with that, in case you didn't know, I'm Dylan Lepore, and this is the 17th Monday Morning PlayStation Podcast. Each and every week on Monday at 6 a.m. Eastern Time, a new podcast is released on YouTube, iTunes, and other podcasting services, talking about PlayStation news, games I've been playing, and some commentary on the this and that of my life. Find the MP4 on YouTube at youtube.com/Dylan Lepore, and find the MP3 on SoundCloud at soundcloud.com/Dylan_Lepore. So, thanks for listening to my podcast, and feel free to chat with me on Twitter at Dylan's Legos. Again, I do photography. I'm a freelance writer. I'm also a freelance web designer, and I try to be as super creative as possible, and I just try to branch out and try new things. And so if you guys like this and like me talking about my life and just talking about the things I do and just about PlayStation and about stuff I love, just hit me up, let me know. I'm really excited and really passionate about doing this stuff. And so with that, thank you. Go to DylanLepore.com, check out the work I've done, and talk to me. Message me anywhere from any app, and that is pretty much it. So thanks for listening to my podcast, guys, and feel free to follow me, like, whatever. And thank you, and goodbye.
Thank you.